What's going on, Tesla fam? It's Mike here, and today, this morning, I actually received a software update notification on the 2024.45.32.10. Now, this is the 2022 Model Y with hardware 3, and when I purchased this vehicle, it came with 12.5.4.2. I drove that for about 3 weeks. Then I received a notification for the 12.6.1. Then I drove that for another three weeks, almost a month. And so now I received this update, which I updated this morning. So this is the first time I'm gonna be driving. I'm gonna be I tested the 12.5.4.2 from my house to work and back. The same with the 12.6.1. Just to give it I guess to see which of the software is more reliable, which one is better, and so on. And I try to drive to the same destination, so I would be able to, I guess, trying to keep the variables down. I mean, traffic and everything else is gonna be a little bit different every time, but every morning I leave at the same time and going back home about the same time, so the traffic and all that are pretty much the same. Well, maybe a little bit different. There's a little bit of difference between the two, but I try. Bottom line is, I'm trying to keep it. I try to keep the variables down to the same test. So try to keep it more scientific. Is what I'm trying to say. But so anyway, so I just received the update, and then now I'm going home. So on the old software, the 12.5.4.2 won't be able to take off from a complete park. You have to press the accelerator a little bit for the vehicle to move forward until it takes off. The 12.6.1, sometimes it would take off, sometimes it won't. So it's more of a 50-50. So now the 12.6.3, I'm not sure if it does take off from a complete park. Let me see here real quick. Autopilot, self-driving, hurry. So it's the same. So it's the option for minimal lane change has not come back. So I really like that on 12.5.4.2 because, for instance, if it's a heavy traffic, I like to stay in the middle lane or the inner lane, depending on the traffic. If the traffic is super slow, then I like to keep myself on the inner lane to prevent from vehicles coming in and out, merging and all that stuff. So but if the traffic is normal, then I would like to stay in the middle, so that stay away from vehicles that are trying to pass and so on. But the newer update doesn't have that option anymore. So with the hurry option, it would find if it sees that the other lane has 2 cars ahead, then it would change lane. Sometimes I don't see that as any benefit at all. If anything, it's just opening up for an accident, in my opinion. So I just like to stay in one lane until I get home. But other than that, without any further ado, let's go and test it out and see if it takes off from a complete park. Press this on drive, and then, well, yes, it does. But it also does the same thing like the other, the 12.6.1, that it will make a right turn. And there's nothing here. The opening is over there all the way to the back. So it went this way, and I think it's gonna make a left. I hope so. And I hope it doesn't make a right turn right over here, because the 12.6.1 is trying to make a right turn right here, which has a fence. So it does the same thing with this one. So that's funny. It's making a right turn on the fence. Okay, so it does the same thing because I think it's following the curb. You see the curve over here on the right? It follows that for some reason. But the opening for this parking lot is right over here. So let's just guide this out until we get to right here in this lane. Oof, heavy traffic. Okay. It recognizes that bump over there, so that's a good thing. Oh wow, heavy traffic.
Now turn left onto East.
I hope it's not going to be as scary as the 12.4, 12.5, and the 12.6.1. It stops all the way back from the stop sign here. I don't know if it takes. Ooh, come on, go, 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 go. Eesh. Oh, and there's an accident up ahead. I hope it would make it all the way to the right. I'm trying not to intervene as much as I can. But the 12.6.1 does not like to take the center lane here. The same thing with the 12.6.3. He just likes to make a left and get on the lane right away. It's a heavy traffic. I hope this car. Oh, nah, they won't let me in. Man, these guys, man. That's why I hate Vegas. Yeah, there's an accident up ahead. Hopefully.
In 500 feet, turn right onto
Okay.
Vegas Road.
Hopefully they'll let us in, but I doubt that they will let us in because. Oh, okay. This one did. Okay. Cool. So we're trying to get on the right lane, the far right lane, to make a right turn. I don't know if they'll let us in, but we're like about 50 yards away. I doubt that they'll let us in. Now the FSD is not so bad. It's just that it's designed to be. Oh, sweet! This guy let us in. Awesome. So the guy let us in. He's got California plates, so I didn't expect that. So there's the accident. Ooh, I hope everyone's okay. Oof, man. Gotta be careful out there. Awesome, so we made it through. So the same thing as the 12.6.1. Every time it makes a turn, it doesn't take the outer lane. It likes to take the middle lane, and then it would merge into this lane at last minute. So that's just what I've noticed. The same with the 12.5.4. Normally when you make a turn, right turn, you're supposed to take the outer lane and then you signal and then switch lanes. But we'll see. Up ahead on the next traffic light, there's a left turn there that has 2 lanes. Now the 12.5.4 and the 12.6.1, it likes to take the inner lane, and it does not recognize that about 2 or 3 blocks down we're gonna make a right turn. So in my opinion, it would, if it's really an AI and trying to calculate the most efficient way to get to our destination, I would take the outer lane, so then I don't have to change lanes, because every time, in my opinion, every time you change lane, you're opening up your chances of getting into an accident a lot higher. So here sometimes there would be a traffic cone.
500 feet.
Let me see if the traffic cone is still on. Oof. Yeah, I gotta brake a little late there. Okay, so it recognizes itself and it correct. Oh. So it can't make up its mind. It's like it's trying to make a left and then trying to stand on the right. So it has that. It's trying to negotiate itself. That was funny. So if in my way of driving, I would stay on the right lane, because it only takes about a minute to get to the right turn over there to get on the freeway. So it's more efficient and a lot more safer for me, in my opinion, to stay on the outer lane. And the stopping distance on this new software right now is a little farther back compared to the 12.6.1 and the 12.5.4, but I don't know if that's the case throughout the trip. I'll let you guys know. And I've noticed with the 12.6.1, it likes to brake last minute, so I'm not sure if this one does the same thing. And also, one of the nuisance of the 12.6.1 is that it likes to hug the right side of the lane. So here on that turn, it made a correct turn, because it stayed on the outside lane and went to the middle and then transitioned over to the right lane. So now everybody's kind of like zipping through here, trying to cut you off, which is fine. Whatever, I have the time in the world. So, but this is what I'm talking about. So staying in the outer lane, so you make that turn and you stay right here. So which is fine by me. Most people would go in this middle lane right here because they're trying to cut you into this before they get on the freeway, because they're very impatient. So I'm going home, so I'm not in a hurry, so that's fine. They can cut me off or whatever. So let me see. So far the vehicle is staying in the middle of the lane, so it's no longer hugging the right lane, but we'll find out later on when we get to the freeway. Oof. All right. The transition here is pretty good. I'm making a right. It still does the complete 100% stop, even though it's supposed to yield. But whatever. Elon's driving, what can I do? So here we go. So here we are, we're on the freeway. Going 50. It is staying, let me see here. My max is at, let me put this at 75. Let me put it at 80. Because it's never going to be at 80 miles per hour. The speed limit here is 65. But I never seen it go past 74. It always stays like 73. 74 is the highest I've seen. But okay, the transition is pretty good, and it's going to the middle lane. I don't know if it's trying to take the, okay, it's taking the inner lane. All right, it's taking the inner lane, and so far it's staying in the middle of the lane. So not like the old 12.6.1, which is likes to hug the right lane. If anything, I would be hugging the left lane, or the left side of the lane. And also the following distance for a hurry is actually actually, in my opinion, is normal. I mean, my preference. The 12.6.1 doubles the following distance. So in hurry mode, I believe it's still safe to follow in about this distance. I'm going at 62 miles per hour. So good. Now, they said that it is an AI full self-driving, so by I'm not sure if the AI recognizes or remembers my way of driving. I hope it does, because you know, there's some areas on the trip that I prefer a certain way of the self-driving or my car wants to drive. So I hope that it remembers it. Like, you know, like say if there's a pothole and I disable it, right? And I try to avoid the pothole, I hope it remembers that, so the next time around it would just kind of avoid it, you know what I mean? So that, and there are certain other areas, like, you know, there will be like streets that have like speed limits of like 35, and if there's nobody there, I would like to go a little bit faster. Like, especially, you know, like I said, if there's no other cars and no pedestrians, I hope it remembers that. I don't know. I hope someday. I mean, this is just the 12.6.3. Mind you, the hardware 4 is already at like what, 13.2.6. So I can only imagine what other upgrades that it will add onto the software. I think, in my opinion, the hardware 3 will have topped off at like 13.1, right? And then I know Elon said that if you purchase a full self-driving, that they will update it. I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna offer us, people that purchase the full self-driving, on a new vehicle. I mean, like a used one, like a comparable model or something. Let's say I have a 2022 and they will offer me a 2024 with the same amount of mileage, right? So then whatever old self-driving they have, right, they could just sell that as is. So now that fixes that, right? Without them spending all the money and changing out the old hardware and everything. So I think that's what they're going to do. Because I mean, to me, it's a win-win situation, right? You're getting a newer vehicle, but some people get a little sentimental with their vehicles. That's fine. But in my opinion, I'll be one of those people that will be like, okay, give me the same, you know, blue car with the same amount of mileage and the same amount of, you know, wear and tear. Maybe better. I don't know. Maybe give me a newer model, like one of their what is it called, like a demo model they have. I don't mind at all. I mean, that way they get rid of all their old inventories and minimize the you know, the work hours that their mechanics have to, or their technicians have to do, right? So I think that's what they're going to do. That's just my opinion. Okay, anyway, we are about one exit away from our well, on the next turn. So far it's doing pretty good. It's keeping the vehicle in the center of the lane, but I still prefer to be on the right side of the lane right about now already, like, because our exit is coming up. the 12.5.4 and the 12.6.1, they like to change lane last minute. Like it changes like right here, which is, in my opinion, is a little too late. I like to merge into the exit lane as far to the right as much as possible, one exit before, because here it's like what, 1 mile, and right now the traffic is not too bad. Most of the time it's bumper to bumper here, and I really don't like cutting off people, so I just like to, you know, switch lanes and get myself ready, so I'm not changing lanes last minute. Pretty good transition. It slowed down significantly far back, which I prefer. The 12.6.1 is a little bit aggressive on the braking. It likes to stop like 3 to 4 cars, which in my opinion is a little too late, because if the driver behind you is not paying attention, more than likely he's gonna be up your ass. So that was a pretty good transition right on that the traffic light there, and it recognizes the brake light, so it's slowing down, which is great. I'm liking it so far. Now tomorrow I'm gonna be doing the same thing, because I use FSD about 98% of the time. So I did not like that, because this lane is going to end. Dude, you better hurry up. Ah, come on. Oh, he's gonna cut off this truck. What a douchebag. Hey, slow down, bro. Yeesh. God damn, Elon. Scared the shit out of me. Nah, I do not like that. Alright, minus 10 points, man. Sheesh. That's a douchebag move right there. I did not like that. Okay, anyway, at least it recognizes that the lane is going to end, but I did not like the fact that he cut off that truck back there. So, anyway. So tomorrow I'm going to be driving, I don't know if I completely forgot. I'm going to be driving from my house all the way to work again. So to compare it with the 12.5.4 and the 12.6.1. So I like to try to, I guess, oh my goodness, Jesus. At least, you know, the car didn't freak out if you see the other car made a turn. But anyway, try to videotape this route, so that you know, I'll give you guys give me in the future a perspective of how much improvements that, you know, every update you know, has. So on that area right there, just about one island before, the 12.4, the 12.5 and the 12.6.1 likes to hog the left lane on this side now instead of right. It likes to hog that left lane, and it's almost like about a foot or less away from the island. It's like, man, it freaks me out every time. But 100% of the time it avoided it, but it's just way too close for comfort for me. It's like, you know, you're about to grab the steering wheel because it scares the shit out of you, because last minute is like, oh man, I think it's gonna hit it, but kind of like about 25 yards away it would move a little bit to the right, and it does that every time. I'm like, I know it can't see up ahead like 50 yards ahead, but it's not recognizing it. But on this trip it kind of stayed on the right lane, so I don't know if it does the same thing the next time. I guess tomorrow I'm gonna do another video and see if it gets to that island like really close, but we'll find out if the update really did fix that, so we'll see. There's another one right over here. Let's see if it stays away from that island. Okay, yeah, so it stayed in the middle. It's a good thing. Because it's crazy how the 12.5 and 12.5.4 and 12.6.1 likes to stay on the left side of the lane outside of the freeway, and on the freeway it likes to stay on the right side of the lane. Okay, we're going 47. Following distance could improve a little bit, but it's way past speed limit now. In my opinion, it's okay. But it should recognize that everybody's going the same speed limit or a speed. It should move up a little bit, because there's like shit, it was like about 100 yards from the car. You should have speed up a little bit, so that, because if you know, it's a lot of impatient drivers behind us, so I don't know. Now there's gonna be a series of traffic circles here. The 12.5.4 always uses its the turn signal. The 12.6.1, however, only uses the traffic signal every so often, like 1/3 of the time. So it's not very consistent. But let's see if this one does it. Okay, transition is good. Going in, staying in the lane. Nope, not using the signal. Okay, so I didn't use the signal. We'll see. There's gonna be 1, 2, 3 more traffic circles, and then the last traffic circle, the 12.6.1 went over the lane one time. That entire month that I've been driving FSD, the 12.5.4 always goes over the lane, and it starts to freak out. I'm like, you're supposed to stay in your lane. So, ooh. Okay, that stopped. Okay, it stopped. Oof, that was so close. Go, dude. Ugh. Ooh, that was scary. Okay, so it stayed in the lane when it's exiting out. It still didn't use the traffic signal, so I don't know if it uses the traffic signal if there's an oncoming traffic. But earlier on the first traffic circle, it did not. So the second time around, there was no cars. It still didn't use its signal. Now the 12.6.1 always uses its traffic signal, or the directional signal, right over here on this traffic circle. Let's see if it does the same. Nope, it didn't. And then sometimes, about 50% of the time, the 12.6.1 would use this traffic the turn signal right on this other traffic circle, but not on the last one. So we'll check that out.
In 500 feet, enter the roundabout and take the second exit. Now enter the roundabout and take the second exit.
See, nope, didn't use the signal. Oh well, it should, right? But we'll see on this last one, the last traffic circle, because we're going into the community here with the gate. Now I'm not sure if it's gonna stay in the lane. I know the 12.5.4 and the 12.6.1 went over, so, but this is only the first day. But we'll find out. See if it uses a turn signal. No, it's not using turn signal. Oh, come on, dude. So I have to disable it from here because it does not recognize where to go. But this update does not use its traffic, the turn signal at all.
Now turn left onto Viadella Green.
Well, at least in the traffic circle. Here it does, of course. Go, dude. What the heck? Go. I don't know why you completely
Now
stop right
turn
there in the
right
middle of the
onto
lane.
Via del Castillo.
Now, on the two old softwares, it always uses its signal over here, although it's only making a left turn. This one didn't. Okay. And then on the very end, it also uses its directional signal, although it only makes a left turn. Don't know if it would do the same. There's a dip right over here at night. I guess the camera senses that it's a lot, it's a lot deeper than it actually is, so it would slow down. Of course, during the day, it does not. So we'll see if at night it would recognize that it's not as bad as it looks. So this is the last turn right over here. We'll see if it doesn't turn signal, although you can only make a left turn.
Your destination will be on the left.
Oh, it does. So, yeah, you can only make a left turn here, but it uses its traffic signal, directional signal, turn signal.
On the left.
All right, so that's that. I hope this is helpful. If it does, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you guys need a referral code that will save you about up to $1,000 in your next vehicle purchase, just check it out on the description below. And also by doing that, I get a little bit of something. So, okay. Y'all have a good one.